Good Tuesday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we start another day. Right now we're sitting at 67 waiting for it's going to be hot. 76 today is where we're headed. Ooh, a lot going on today. A lot of details of headlines has happened in the community overnight. We'll tell you all about that in a few moments. As we quickly look at radar, if you're going to be out and about this morning, if you've got to go to the Mississippi Gulf Coast for anything, be ready. There's some fog in the area as we pull up. I'm reading Honda radar here, as you'll see here, all along the coast, Biloxi, along 90, all of that area under a dense fog advisory extending over to Mobile. And the fog really picks up big about Pensacola over to Apalachicola, Florida. Those areas there. Also up in Little Rock. Got to be those areas. And we do have a few little cells of light showers. Silas, Alabama. Y'all got a little bit of a light shower there as you go north, just west of Starkville, and as you get into the Houston, Mississippi area around Amory a little bit, and off to our east, we have more showers in Bama land this morning. How's everybody feeling? I hope good. I truly do. I always try to look at these are good days. We'll tell you about headlines in just a moment. Right now, and I think we all do this, is we'll go to Collinsville. We're going to go out to the First Baptist Church. Brother Ben's going to talk to us this morning. Have you ever had doubt? I think we all have, haven't we? Let's let him tell you more about that as we go out to Collinsville Baptist Church.
Have you ever had a moment where you doubted who Jesus is? Sometimes even the strongest among us in the faith have moments of weakness and doubt. When you think of the giants of the faith, John the Baptist has to be in that discussion. And guess what? Even he had a moment of doubt. And so he sent messengers to Jesus to basically ask, are you really the Messiah, the Christ, the Savior of the world? You see, John himself had already declared that Jesus indeed was all of those things, but in a moment of weakness, he doubted. And what was Jesus' response? Go and tell John what you hear and see. The blind receive their sight and the lame walk. Lepers are cleansed and the deaf hear, and the dead are raised up, and the poor have good news preached to them. And blessed is the one who's not offended by me. You see, to help John's doubt, Jesus pointed him to the miracles he had performed. Beloved, that's where you should look as well if and when doubt creeps in. Jesus' miracles prove that he is who he claimed to be, especially the miracle of his resurrection. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry.
And again, you can drop by any Wednesday or Sunday. They got a couple of services each time on Sunday. You'll enjoy yourself. Great message there. Lamar tells us it's a great feeling outside this morning if you haven't cracked your door. 67, as we said, but warmer. 76 for a December the 6th if you're counting. Boy, that Christmas countdown is on the way, isn't it? Whew. Libby Owen, good morning. Glad to see you there. Joy Henson is up joining us. We can hear everything. Glad you're there. All right, as we start this, let's talk about something that is going on in the community. I don't have all the details on this, but as we'll go to this, let's pull this up this morning. We're waiting on more details as we look at this. This is going to be Jeff Davis School Road in this area here. There was a shooting in that area last night. We don't know much more than that now. We're waiting on the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department to pass along more information. We do know that something happened in the area. We just don't have all the details at this point. As soon as we get more, this is a developing story this morning as we start out. We'll tell you everything that we can as soon as we get that information. But that is the breaking news that we've had overnight. Let's see what else is going on this morning. As we go to Clarke County, I'm not sure if you're up to date on this. There was a situation that happened there yesterday. We'll go to Clarke County Hot Topics as they share with us of what they know has gone on in the area. And there has been an arrest as we look at this. Clarke County Chief Deputy Barry White told the Clarke County Hot Topics that Bobby Robinson has been charged with kidnapping and manslaughter from the death investigation that occurred yesterday on County Road 224 in the Beaver Dam community. Bond will be set later as we wait more details on that. Tough situation there. Lots happened in Clarke County over the last 24 hours, hasn't it? It has. Right as we come across, this is where we go. Other things that are going on. Enterprise. We also learned that Mike Gunn coming in at 51, Ben Moore at 41 votes in the special election for the town of Enterprise. That's in the mayor's election there. If you're keeping up with Clarke County, you need to know all of that. That's where we are on that. Linda Blackwell, how are you this morning? Good to see you. Bonnie Etheridge is up. Also, Karina, good to see you. Everybody in a good mood. We brought this up yesterday. We learned more about this as we start going across the state of Mississippi for headlines now. Do you remember the deputy that we brought up that had lost his life in the state of Mississippi? We learned more about this. Harrison County, as he was in a canoe. The canoe overturned and he lost his life and drowned as the county mourns the death of him. How sad that is. And again, this time of year. A sad situation as we pass along condolences to him. It was Deputy Leroy Barnes. Happened on December the 3rd, as we talked about that yesterday. As we go to the JSU shooting, we remember that as the news came out on that. No bond is going to be set for the guy who is accused. And again, it's all accused at this point. A body was found in the trunk of a car at the campus of JSU. No bond on that. And that's a good thing until they sort things out on this. This is some more headlines that is coming across the state of Mississippi as we learn this, and fortunately it has a good ending, or at least it's good so far, as we go to Monroe County, Mississippi. You've seen this where the toddler accidentally shot his sibling. It happened in the state of Mississippi. The Sheriff's Department says they're not going to seek charges. It was totally an accident, and they urge everyone to put up firearms where kids can't reach them. We're not sure exactly how that all happened. As soon as we know more, we'll pass that information along to you. Now, here is something that has been in the headlines of Mississippi for quite some time now, 2 to 3 years going on, probably closer to 3 years. If I went back and looked at the original date that we started all of that, Brett Favre. Now, you know that they were seeking $1 million on that. That charge has been dropped, but is being changed. The Mississippi Department of Human Services is changing its demand and asking for the entire amount, $5 million, against him and also the University Sports Foundation. They said that the money was misspent, misused, should not have been put there. And they're dropping that $1 million at 1.1, if you remember that, for those speaking engagements that he did give back the money on. Now, he didn't pay the fines that Shad White wanted, but they're dropping that and going after the larger amount now. Will that stick? I'm not sure. We'll watch this and see what happens. And, of course, that ties directly in with Hattiesburg there at USM. This is going to get sticky before it's all said and done, I grant you. It certainly will. As we go to Vicksburg, traffic stops always lead to things. You had someone that he was stopped in a traffic stop, but a guy that went in to purchase a gun. You know all that paperwork that you fill out? Don't tell a fib on that. You can get arrested, and the Vicksburg man is finding that out. It point blank asked if you had any charges against you. He said no, and well, he did. Now he's got new charges. I always wondered what they would do if someone falsified information on that. Well, now we know. They come arrest you. Marshall County, Mississippi, they're claiming this to be one of the most wanted in Mississippi. We'll have to find that. I'm sure there's a list somewhere of Mississippi's most wanted. Guy was wanted on, it's one of those as we put this child molestation charges. He barricaded himself at home and in the end took his own life. Monroe County is where that all went down. We go over to Alcorn County. This is horrible. This could happen at any time as volunteer fire departments raced to the scene. They couldn't get there in time as a camper caught on fire. They would find one person already deceased in it, and a second person was rushed to a hospital, a 42-year-old woman. She was rushed. She has now since passed away. An investigation is launched into how the camper caught on fire. What a horrible way to go. That just horrifying there. Pike County. I'm not sure if everybody knows where Pike County is. Let me show you this on a map. It's south of here. As we look at a map there, here's Pike County, right down here around Summit, Macomb area. Down in those areas is where Macomb is. As we talk about, one person was killed in a crash on I-55. And of course, I-55 is located just out of New Orleans and goes north toward Jackson. Lost their life on that in an accident there. 2-car accident. I hate to have to tell you those. Mississippi troopers, as we will go to Union County, Mississippi. And Union County, that's one of those I had to look up. I've heard it a lot. Where is it? It's North Mississippi, on the eastern side of Mississippi, right before you get to the Tennessee line. State troopers pulled over a 22 4Runner. New vehicle. You wouldn't think much about that. It was on Interstate 22 is where it all went down, and they found 57 pounds of meth. Whoa. That's enough to lock you up for quite a while, isn't it? That's a big takedown. Keep it off the streets. That is good. But that happened there. Today is the day, and I guess I'll be sad that I will no longer get emails from him daily, from Herschel Walker. I mean, I'm pretty sure that y'all get those emails just like I do, to where they send that out of the election is coming. What are you going to do? Are you going to vote? Well, it was never mind that I didn't live in Georgia. But today is the day that they go to the polls. We'll see what becomes of this and who will walk away, Herschel Walker or Ralph Warnock, as they battle it out for the Senate seat. That'll be the headlines of today. And, of course, everybody and their brother will be taking exit polls, and they will cast their verdict before it happens. We'll see. We know it's a tight race, don't we? All that's coming up there. Let's see what else we got. This was so sad. I think the first time I saw it, many of you probably watched the episode like I did years ago. I was a kid, I think in my teenage years, as North and South came on television. Do you remember that? John Jakes, North and South? Yeah, it'd be the first time we would get to meet Patrick Swayze as Ori. Y'all remember that? Well, he had a co-star on there, and boy, she sure was good. Cheer star. Kirstie Alley, or Kirstie, I always said that wrong. It's Kirstie Alley, has passed away at the age of 71, and she kept us hid. It was a shock. I had no idea. Maybe others did, that she had cancer. She has passed away now at the age of 71, and she did such a lot of great roles. Very well spoken and a great actress. But she did Cheers with Ted Danson and many, many others there, that great movies that she done, and she will be missed. I liked her a lot. So we pass along condolences to her and her family there. Now, I'm not big upon what we've been keeping up with Hollywood and what goes on, and I urge you, if you're watching this morning, if you've got a child or a nephew or somebody or a niece that decides that they want to get into the acting world or the music industry, don't just send them off into a land of not knowing, because there's always someone. I'm trying to think of the best words. I've been around it a lot. I've seen these things happen, to where there's just bad people in certain industries that take advantage of young folks trying to make it. We see that another music, actually this was a movie producer, has had another, let me see, how many has he got here? 38 women have accused him of just like the other guy, the sexual advances, the Me Too movement, of putting women in compromising situations to get roles. Oh, it goes on. It happens in the music industry as well. That just hasn't been exposed like Hollywood has. What will happen to this guy? I don't know. Of course, you're innocent until proven guilty. 38 of them is pretty strong there. His name is John Tuback. We'll see if any of this sticks. Serious charges, as the ladies got fed up with that. Harvey Weinstein was the other guy that was friends with the ever so powerful, rich, and famous. He's been taken down. We'll see if this happens with this guy. And again, he may be as all innocent as all get out. We'll wait for the courts to decide what becomes of that. Do you remember the guy that was on that 70s show, that Donnie Matheson, am I pronouncing his name? The redheaded guy that stayed down in the basement. His trial, he was accused by several women. His trial ended in a mistrial. That didn't make a lot of headlines. It was big, 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 big. And then when that happened, it kind of faded away. We'll go to Atlanta, Georgia next. Atlanta is quickly becoming what not really seems a part of the South anymore. It is totally different. A 15-year-old girl was at a party. She's been found dead. Birthday party. We're not sure how that happened, what went on, but they've launched a manhunt for whoever done it. I'm not sure that they really know who did it at this point. That's a few of the national headlines that we have going. We're going to check your forecast next. Fill you in on the weather. December as we head toward Christmas. Whew. We'll tell you all about the forecast next. Y'all don't rush off. We got that on the way here. The Scotty Ray Report.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need, with a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And welcome back as we begin this Tuesday morning. It is so hard to believe that this week is flying by. It is moving at warp speed, so to speak. We'll keep you up to date on all of that, of what's going on as we head to a lot of Christmas lights. I know last night we had the good folks in Quitman have their parade, and also in Philadelphia also. So if you got a Christmas parade, know that Collinsville has theirs coming up this weekend on Saturday night, and also downtown Meridian will be the scene for the second parade. That's all on the way. Let's check your forecast now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we go back, here we go. We check those record highs and record lows. It was 1951, the high of 82 today. Today's record low was set back in 1895. Boy, how many years ago has that been? A while. Low of 19, so it hasn't been challenged in quite some time. As we look to today, for the most part, we're going to see clouds in the Meridian area. Slight chance of showers, 20% chance. As you go further north, a larger chance up in Eupora, Columbus, Mississippi area, and in the Mississippi Delta. To the south, just basically cloudy with highs reaching 80 in Hattiesburg, 76 so here in Meridian. Over to Natchez, somewhere around 78. As we move east, what do we have here? Clouds in Alabama, 76 there in Demopolis. There we go. Nothing bad there. All the way over to Auburn, 74 this morning, and 77 in Troy. As we look at the dense fog, of course, this will all go down to those areas there on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The outlook of what we have for the next 6 to 10 days is warm weather. Look at that. Not budging any. Really hot in Texas, and of course, that will make its way across here before this cool front makes it. As we look at our 7-day forecast from Wilson Saw, 76 today. We'll get all the way up to 78 tomorrow and also Thursday before finally getting back to the 60s after we get that chance of rain here on Saturday and Sunday as it moves in. Well, actually, it begins on Friday, a 30% chance, and kind of lingers with us. As we get to Monday, we have a 50% chance of thunderstorms. Let's look at the following week there. We'll stay at 68 through the 13th, and then the change slowly begins there about the 14th all the way through the 20th. We'll start seeing 50-degree weather, nighttime lows back into the 30s. None below freezing at this point, but we'll watch all this. Slight chances of rain, even there on the 14th. Don't forget, isn't it December the 21st, the shortest day of the year? I think it is. As we look to the fishing calendar, we go to Chet's Paint and Body today. A great time is going on right now through about 8 o'clock. You'll have another chance this afternoon, beginning at 3 for the best fishing times. It's an average day. The wind's going to be south-southwest, wind 5 to 10, but gusty. 20-mile-an-hour gust is what we have showing up for the wind today. That's a quick look at that. We'll all go deer hunting. What times are best for it today? Let me see what I'm showing on deer hunting today. Let's pull that up. Noon, 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock this afternoon are the best time to go deer hunting. Take advantage of it if you can. It's always fun to do that. That's a quick update of what we have. We have a lot going on at the 8 o'clock show. I hope you'll come back and join us. Candace will be here. We'll also have Pastor Mike Bowles joining us from the Evangel Temple this morning. They have something big coming up. They're going to be here to tell us about it. I look forward to that. And also EMEPA will be coming in. Julie Bowles, it's going to be fun. I hope you'll join us for that, and we'll give you all the headlines of what's going on across America this morning. Thank y'all for dropping by. Again, right now, 67 as you begin your day. We'll have everything for you coming up at 8. Come back and join us, won't you? We'll see you then from the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: